Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How's your day been?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit under the weather out here in the all rain, but all good.
Beautiful Canberra, hey?
How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm happy that we got to meet face to face, but I'm glad that we didn't meet in person because as I sat down for this interview, I actually split my pants, no joke. So um, I'm not even kidding.
It's not what you.
So,
I was gonna say it's not what you want to see when you when I come to meet you
no,
in
no,
person.
yeah. So maybe a bit too personal to start off with, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
just thought I'll let you know.
So, have you come to look at the house?
Yes, yeah, no, thank you for putting this house on the market. I really do
Yeah.
like this house, and it's something that I'm looking for multiple reasons. I've just moved down from out of town to Canberra with my partner. She's been transferred here with work. She doesn't usually wear the pants in the relationship, but I thought I'd follow her here for this case because I don't mind Canberra. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. But right now we're renting and we're definitely keen on purchasing a house.
Yeah. So, where were you before?
I was up in
Where'd you
Sydney.
move from?
In
Oh,
Sydney,
Sydney, Sydney. That's right.
yeah. So it was yeah, it's a bigger town, but I do like Canberra with all the roundabouts and public servants. So yeah, it's treating me well so far. How
Well,
about you?
exactly.
What
And
do
like
you?
you're gonna save a lot more time in travel as well. So
Oh, for sure, for sure. What do
lovely.
you do for work?
I'm I believe I'm just retired.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm done with, being here in Canberra. I now want to move off to the coast.
Okay, cool. How I guess how eager are you to move off, or is it something that you're kind of slow rolling?
It does depend on the sale of this house. It's
Yep.
very interlinked with my time in moving down.
Okay.
I would obviously though would love to move sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. No. And sorry, did you say Gold Coast?
Yeah, so South Coast.
South Coast. Oh, cool. Nice. Nice, man. Well, yeah. Hopefully you can find somewhere there. Have you already purchased a property there, or are you still looking?
Yeah, so I'm currently we've found a little property that we want to go. It's a little acreage. We want to get a little piece of land that has a
Nice.
little house on it. So
Okay.
we just want to move out. I'm a bit tired of the city life, and now I just want to move out to the farm. So,
Yeah.
or
Oh no,
farmish.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it just you, or do you have a family?
I it's me and my wife. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
Yes.
Ah, that's good. Yeah, no, see, it'd be nice living on a farm. I'm currently enjoying the city life because I'm trying to kickstart a podcast business.
Mm,
Me and my friend, we were doing it in Sydney, and we're going to locate to Canberra to do it. But it is hard finding a place where we can record our podcasts. Hence why I do really like this property. As going through the walkthrough, I could see in the garage that there was a room converted, and looking at it, it's definitely something I'd be interested in as it's somewhere I can set up my podcast studio. So it's definitely what I'm after this house, and I'm keen to look into it a bit more.
yeah, lovely. Well, especially that space, it's probably one of the biggest attractions for the house is how
Nice.
large the garage is. It does have all the other stuff, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
So was it just you and your girlfriend?
Just myself and my girlfriend. Yeah, correct.
Yep. So have you planning to start a family or anything like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's on the cards. I think with the move happening now, obviously it's stalemated a bit until we settle in a bit more. But personally, I'm still looking for work. I it's something that I am looking at finding pretty soon before my podcast kicks off. One good thing about the podcast is there is a potential sponsor for the podcast, and it's
Okay.
looking good. So that will be another income for me. But obviously, with the recent rises in house prices and inflation and everything like that, I think getting another job is definitely on the cards.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Especially now, whether what time you got in, like whether you get in early or late, I feel like it's the exact same. You just can't really find the time
Yeah,
to really find a place. But
Yeah.
no, I'll be more than happy for you to have a look at this. So what was like the price range you're looking at? Because for me, the asking price that we have it listed on the real estate website is 1.15 million.
1.15 million. Okay.
Yep.
Look, that I like I said before, it is something that I'm definitely interested in. But that asking price is looking a tad bit out of my budget that I'm looking to spend. Can I ask why you valued this house at 1.15?
Yep, of course. So two other houses on the exact same street went for over 1.2 million. So when we were doing the walkthrough with my agent, we did come to the assumption that 1.15 million would be okay, especially because the other two houses were a little bit more renovated than my house currently is. So we thought a 50K margin in between renovations would probably bump it up to a similar range.
Okay. Do you know when these houses sold?
I do believe they sold recently within the year.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Um,
it is a fairly recent sample.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But of
Look,
course,
no,
like I
yeah.
said, I'm more than happy to negotiate. You know, what's sort of your range that you're looking at?
Look, in all honesty, I was hoping in coming here to find something that was around the 930,000 mark.
Hmm.
After going through a walkthrough, as mentioned previously, I do really like this house and I see good value in it. However, I did notice that there was a couple water damaged areas and some structural damaged areas, and it does cause a little bit of a concern because coming from a construction background in my previous years, water damage and structural damage, they can cause issues that can arise down the track. And obviously, in a house sale, there's no defects liability period or anything like that. So it is a bit of a concern. And I guess that's why I would want to open this bid at 915,000, being that my value was around 930, but noting the water damage spots and the structural damage, I think going off repairs that I'll have to do, that 15K buffer there suffices for what we will need to pay for to fix potential issues.
Yep. No, that's completely reasonable. I think that so you do have a construction background, so you kind of have an idea of what it would probably take to fix that. Because
Correct.
I do understand that, especially when it comes to water and structure, that is probably one of the biggest concerns when you want to buy a house.
Yep.
Um, that is that offer itself is quite under what I am looking for.
Yep.
You know, there is a certain number that I do need to hit so I can
Okay.
actually move. I guess for my
Understandable.
motivation, if I don't get that sort of the number that I need, then I can't move. So
Yep.
it kind of kills the motivation for me to move at all.
Yes,
Um,
for sure.
if it is like maybe a 15K buffer or something like that, you know, I would come down a bit more.
Yep.
I could go maybe like 1-1,
1-1.
so 1 million. That would put that's giving you an extra 50K, I guess, to play with. So if you did need to fix that 15K buffer,
Yep.
you now have extra 50K to play with. Say you were to invest the 15K into the structure and maybe a few more renovations, you could bump it up maybe another 10,000 for whatever renovations you would like to put. If the houses around here are going to go in for like 1.2, it kind of gives you a little bit more space to play with. So 1.15 is like potentially 65K profit if you really wanted to go that way.
Yeah,
But I'm
no, for
assuming it's
sure.
more just you want to stay here and probably, you know, start your family and all of that, I imagine.
Correct. No, yeah, and that's definitely the case. And thank you for seeing my point of view, and I appreciate you lowering the offer. It is something that's still a little bit out of my price range. In terms of, I guess, value, as discussed before, with some of the internal damages to the house. One thing I am concerned about is recent interest rate rises are really affecting a lot of young people in Canberra in Australia, and it is something that's quite concerning. It's hard to get a fixed interest rate, and even
Mm.
still, the variables of it dropping, and it's very hard to tell. Um, but look, it is something that I'm still willing to discuss and go through the motions. Can I just ask, has there been much attraction to this place? Like, have you had many other people come and look at the property?
Yep. So we had the house listed for a little bit now. We have had quite a lot of interest in the house. Um, one of the main reasons some of the negotiators or the past offers didn't want to go through is because it just wasn't a perfect fit, or maybe they just couldn't, same thing, they just couldn't catch the number that I'm looking for. But I think at the moment you're the most recent one in about a week. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. No, that's cool. Because I definitely do understand that, although the marketplace is always booming and houses are constantly being sold, as mentioned before, with recent interest rates and everything, it is hard to sell on your end, and I don't want to put you in a position where you have to sell for less than what you think. However, I do think that we should come to an agreement where we can both win.
Yep.
I don't want to put you at a loss here. And if we can work together in a agreement, that would be perfect.
Mhm.
So if you say 1.1 million, I guess my original offer at 915 is obviously too low, which is understandable. Would you consider something a little bit closer to the $950,000 mark?
I probably maybe would barter. It depends on maybe how we go with this. It is cutting it a little slim for what I need.
Yeah.
But like I said, I am more open to negotiate because I have a motivation to get out of here. I just want to go out to my little acreage.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to try and make something do here. I do know that when it comes to like the house and everything, I would cut it down a little bit more. So really, what would your like ceiling be if you were to try to get a loan out? Like what are you at maximum playing with?
That's a good question. I guess going back to my position right now in renting a property, and paying for a rental on top of that for my podcasts, money is slowly seeping out of my account, and it's hard to hold value for what I'm willing to spend.
Mhm.
But saying that, I could give a rough idea, and I do not think in the position that I am in, I would go over 1 million. So I guess in an instance, to help us both win in this situation, understanding that you are looking to move out as soon as possible and start your life down at the South Coast, would something more so around the $980,000 mark with 20,000 on top, so 990,000 for the purchase of the property, with a 3-week settlement?
Um, so I could come down a little bit for sure. But the settlement time would probably be the part that's really going to just uh, be a bit of an issue.
Yep.
Um, I was kind of looking more at an 8-week settlement, just
Okay.
because the little acreage that I'm at, it does need work, and I would need to do some renovations before I can actually officially move in. So if the potential of an 8-week settlement, I could maybe come down a little bit in price.
Perfect.
If we were to go maybe something like a 6-week settlement,
Yep.
I would have to ask maybe just for a little bit more money, just so that I can cover, my accommodation and trying to move everything and put it into storage for the 2 weeks that it has to wait.
Of course. No, and that's definitely understandable. If in my understanding, if is what is one of your greatest concerns of holding on to this place? So from what you just said, it sounds like, one, you want to renovate this new place, but also you kind of need to hold a place for storage. If that's I guess the two main reasons why, I'd be more than happy to settle if we can a little bit earlier, subject to, I guess, you being able to hold all of your storage at the place while I'm moving my stuff in. I understand this might be a bit crazy in the house with your storage and my storage being moved in, but at the same time, your storage will be getting moved out. So I guess, if, like I said, I am quite eager to move out as soon as possible. Say, for instance, understanding that you need to move out, but you also need to renovate and you need a place for storage. Would Would you consider if we were to purchase the house at 990,000, and we did a 4-week settlement, you were able to keep your storage at the place, and then on top of that, I pay for your rent for a couple of weeks while you're doing the renovating, say 3 weeks?
So let me just write that down just so I've
Yeah,
got it
no,
all.
sorry,
So
that's a lot of jibber
no, that's
jabber.
all good. So 990K with a 4-week settlement,
Yes.
rent for 3 weeks, and then storage just at the house.
Yes, correct. And
Okay.
don't be, if this is accepted, don't be going and renting a $2,000 a week apartment, please.
Yeah, no worries. I was going to go to the most expensive Crown Royal or wherever it is. I'm gonna get
Because
the
you're a
five
nice
star.
guy, I would
Yeah,
accept.
yeah. No, no. Yeah. So I'm quite okay with the price,
Yep.
and I would also bring it down a little bit. It's just that in the shed, in the garage, I have like a lot of collectible like toy trains.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them. So it would take me quite a bit of time to disassemble all of the rails, take all
Yep.
the because I have to package them all as well because they're
Right.
antique and special. So that's probably why the settlement date is probably the most concerning,
Yep.
and also why the settlement for 3 or 6 weeks, if I was to do the 2 weeks of having to wait, maybe like storage, I would just be concerned about the safety of those items.
Yep.
So I would maybe go like a just as a counter offer. So if you're at 990 with rent for 3 weeks and a 4-week settlement, could you do maybe like a 970K with a 6-week settlement?
So the purchase
No,
offer
no,
is,
no having to, yep, no have to cover rent.
yep.
So purchase would be 970,
Yep.
settlement of preferably 8, but if we really can't reach that, then the 6.
Yep. 6
I'd
weeks.
be more than happy just to negotiate on just those 2 weeks.
Okay.
Don't worry about covering the rent
Yep.
or storing it at the house. I should be able to get it done in that time.
Okay. Look, no, like I said from the beginning, I want us both to win in this situation. And I really appreciate you bringing down the offer to 970. I think if that's the instance, I'm more than happy to settle with the 6 weeks as negotiated.
Yep.
And look, because you're such a nice guy and you've helped me a lot in my journey coming to Canberra, I'd be more than happy if you like. I'm more than happy to pay for rent for you for a week or two up at the coast while you're doing your refurbishments, or happy to come and help you move your trains and help you pack them up. If it gets you out of there earlier than the 6 weeks, then I'll come and help.
No, see, look, I would love it, but I'm very, I'm very attached to them, and I don't trust anyone
Pedantic.
around my
Yep.
precious.
Yeah.
It's not on you. It's
I'm
just,
the same. That I understand.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand, Alex. Thanks for that.
No, but
That's
hey, but
good.
I'll take you up on the rent, and I'm gonna go to the most 5-star place.
Well, that's
Get the
only a one
lobster
night rent
tail.
then.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So
look, that sounds really good to me. I think if we can settle on the purchase price of $970,000 with a 6 week settlement period, that's more than happy. And yeah, like I said, I'm like, I feel like we've got a good relation after this, and I want to help you, and thank you for wanting to help me. If we can find a place together for yourself, or you want to find and show me some options, more than happy to give you 2 weeks rent and pay for it myself.
yep, lovely. No, I think we can make that work. That hits my ceiling. I'm able to now. Obviously, that's my minimum that I needed to move.
Yep.
So I'm quite happy with this offer, and I'd like to take it.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. Virtual handshake.
Thank you. Agreement. Well, there we are.
No, that's
So
really good. I guess my lawyers will be in touch.
Yep.
And we'll agree on the fixed fee of 970,000 with a 6 week settlement and additional 2 weeks rent paid by myself.
Lovely.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss?
No, I think I'm quite happy with that. Same thing. My real estate agents will be in touch, and then we can just get the paperwork signed.
Perfect. All right. No, thank you for that, Alex. It's a pleasure doing business with you, and we'll be in touch, obviously. But if I don't chat to you, good luck with your move, and Hope all goes well.
Excellent. Thank you, Roger, and good luck with your podcast. Maybe I'll tune in one day. Hey.
Yeah, like, subscribe,
And I'll look at
peace.
the shed and I'll be like, I know that shed. I know where he's podcasting from.
I built that shed.
Lovely. Yeah. All right, lovely.
Pleasure doing business, Alex.
You too.
Thank you for that.